This is Sackboy, the main protagonist of the LittleBigPlanet series, and this is him at the smallest size possible. Let me explain. For those unfamiliar, LittleBigPlanet was a PlayStation game of the childhood. It defined creative games that we have today. It had everything a game needed, from a main storyline to millions of community levels. For today's video, we are going to be seeing if we can beat the main story mode of LittleBigPlanet 1, but with an unusual twist. Sackboy will be shrunk to 10 times his size. That means he has some advantages like being faster than normal, but that also means this. Get out! Yep, as you can see, he is 10 times weaker also. But before we start, I'm gonna need to clarify some things. First of all, the story mode will be played on LittleBigPlanet 3. You see, before the server shut down, I luckily saved the first game story mode from another creator on my moon. That's how I'm able to play it. Still, gonna have to clarify that since the shutdown, 7 levels do not work, despite whatever I have tried. Those levels respectively being the construction site, the complete world of the islands, Great Magician's Place, the frozen tundra, and the bunker. So only 19 out of 26 levels are playable. But anyways, let's just enjoy the ride and let's start. First of all, we start with introduction, which honestly is the easiest level of the game. All you have to do is just walk till the end. And since I'm smaller than usual, the level can be finished in seconds. The next level that follows is First Steps in the Gardens, which in this one the player learns the basics. Still, that doesn't stop me from having some fun. Anyways, moving on, the level is very, and when I say very, straightforward. Nothing really going on except me being a terrible player. And once again, can't forget Dumpty. That's pretty much it. The second level of the gardens, called Get a Grip, is the level where things get a bit interesting, because it is the first level that introduces grabbable objects. Still, due to the weight, everything is pretty simple for Sackboy at the moment. Well, I should say tiny Sackboy. Fun fact, this, even though it is such a basic level, it always has been one of my favorite levels due to pure nostalgia. As you've seen from my other videos, the gardens is my favorite world in the first game. Moving on, the level has us grab a dozen of stuff, but still, nothing seems to be stopping the fun. There are llamas here and there, but I think they're friendly. The next section of swinging is actually a bit hard, since, well, let's say Sackboy is as weak as a jellyfish. But still, it's doable, just takes a bit of time. The next sections can be cleared easily, and Sackboy can finish the level. The next level, Skate to Victory, is actually my favorite level in the game. We start by flexing a jump and miserably failing all the other ones. Everything is easy and home free until the jetpack section. Here things take a turn for worse. You see, as mentioned previously, since Sackboy is 10 times smaller, that means he is 10 times lighter and weaker. Still, that didn't leave me without trying. Yeah, I used Dumpty again, but to no avail. So to answer the question, can LittleBigPlanet be beaten while being smaller? No, it can't, sadly. Still, for the sake of the video, we are going to continue beating as many levels as we can. Continuing with the level, as I used normal Sackboy to pass the test. The next sections are very easy. And for the final thing, yeah, I can sadly push Dumpty. So I'm just going to have to run to the end. The next world is the Savanna, and we are off to a great start by literally liberating a statue of a monkey. The sections in this level are hilarious as Sackboy grabs and swings in little monkey tails. As you are going to see, this world is not what it looks like, and it's in fact one of the darkest ones. And here's me doing a head dive into spikes. Moving on, there's literally not much going on except me walking on top of giraffes. Everything goes as planned until the final section when even though I tried impossibly many ways and after swinging the monkey like crazy, I could not do it. I tried to even jump like those LVP speedrunners, but due to my impressive skills and the physics of a shrunk Sackboy, I just couldn't pass it. The next level is the Burning Forest, which may I say looks so bad in LittleBigPlanet 3. Don't know about you, but some of the graphics like the bubbles and the fire effects look way better back in LittleBigPlanet 1 than now. Still, the level is somewhat challenging and presents an apocalyptic forest, and I have no idea how the bulls can walk on fire. Literally zero idea. Not only that, but they are jumping to a sure death as they get eaten by a giant crocodile. This game was wild, even back in the day. Don't know how they managed to get away with some of the stuff it had. Anyways, moving on, it's just me flexing my skills of swinging and jumping. Honestly, the first levels of the game are very easy to say the least, so we can clear most of the sections easily. The next level, Mirage Kingdom, is the best level to showcase the advantages of being shrunk. Prepare to witness cinema.
minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah, when I said wild, this was what I was talking about. It's honestly still baffling to me how did it make it to the final cut. Media Molecule sure was braver than it could have been. The rest of the level though is easy because as I said, the kingdom now is ruled by tiny sackboy. The next world is the wedding, which is by far the creepiest world in the game. Ignore my attempts to even push a single platform. I mean, look at that, it's a flying sackboy, and yeah, I can almost see the entire level design from up here. Don't know if it's just me, but I was never a big fan of the logic in this game. Never liked that it was so visible. Anyways, moving on, the level has lots of easy sections that our tiny sackboy can cross easily. Look at him going, faster than light. Still, the problems arise in the springy platformers because of the weight that is required to pull down the platforms. Still, it's manageable with a few tricks. The rest is just easy, except having such a small hitbox comes with some cost. And we finish the level. The next level, the darkness, is an absolute nightmare. And no, not because it's difficult, but I've always hated how dark and slow the level is. All you do is just run and wait for the supposed dog. Yeah, I say supposed because to me it doesn't look like one. It's honestly one of the worst levels in the game. Everything is so straightforward, nothing exciting. Oh, would you look at that, finally something, gotta love the collector, he saved me from that dog. From now on to the end, you just grab some skull and swing till the end of the level. That's pretty much it. The next level is our first boss encounter, and it's a great one actually. It's a testament of the advantages of being shrunk once again. So insert boss music and enjoy Sackboy not breaking a sweat. The next world, the Canyons, is the first one to actually pose a serious amount of threat to Sackboy, as it has some of the most difficult levels. We start by flexing 2 jumps, and there you go. The first challenge is to push these blocks to pass. With the strength being pushed to its limits, and with a bit of time, I managed to get it done. Still, can't lie that it took me some crazy amount of time. Moving forward are the deadly fire rocks, and yeah, couldn't help myself. After passing Zapata and literally flying, it's safe to say that this is where things started to get annoying. I say that because once again the jetpack is going to be the biggest enemy of this video. After freeing whatever his name was, there comes the hardest part of the level. My absolute nightmare. Not even the bunker is this hard sometimes. And I'm not referring to this part specifically, but as you will see, the difficulty spikes in the next section. The problem is that the bombs need extra care when you are normal size, and when you are shrunk like me now, things don't end well. I mean, I did some of the throwing correctly, but not gonna lie, afterwards it was a huge pain. I even had to restart the level because of the annoying moving rocks. After clearing it after an eternity, the level can be finished. Next up is the mines, one of the longest levels in the game. Thankfully, the level in itself is one of the easiest. All it requires the player to do is just time his movements carefully. The level consists mostly on minecarts and rolling grabbable materials, so it's pretty boring. For the final section, once again we can outmatch the boiling rock by our speed alone. And with that, we can finish the level easily. The next level and the final one of the Canyons has us battle Zapata. So insert once again music and enjoy, cause he will literally be teared apart. After successfully beating him, we can finish the level. And just like that, we're into the next world, which is none other than Metropolis, starting with my impressive driving skills. No, but honestly the levers are harder to pull, that's why the driving is so bad. Still, it's nothing to worry about. From now on, everything goes well until this section. Since Sackboy can't be thrown much high due to his hitbox, I had to get creative. Tried many ways, and after trying for several minutes, I finally got to make some high jumps. Some of them even went a bit overboard. Still, by using this method, I managed to get to the door. The thing is, I forgot I had to lower the bridge also, so unfortunately this level couldn't progress much. But as I said, for the sake of the video, I once again used normal size Sackboy and went through with the level. Afterwards, everything was a breeze, as you can see. I even managed to scare the tough guy and lure him fall off the bridge. The next level, called the subway, is actually my favorite level of the Metropolis. We can clearly navigate through the elevator that goes underground, and afterwards follow the subway trains as they lead us through the level. I somehow even managed to save myself from dying, by getting into the small gap at the subway's pillars. Moving on, there's a section that once again proves all my capabilities by literally feeling like a hammer. Just right after that, we can continue by taking the last and final elevator and finish flawlessly. Sadly, as I said before, some of the levels I've saved cannot be played, so we are going to have to skip the next 5 levels. And we are into the level called Danter's Court. Yep, the most friendly level ever. Honestly, I never liked this world. The temples is by far the worst looking world of LittleBigPlanet in my opinion. Anyways, the level is all about timing, which is something I'm great at. There are snakes and all kind of stuff in this level. In this section, I almost fell but made the last minute save. And afterwards we can continue until the fire snake blocks our path. But that's not a problem, as Sackboy is 10 times smaller and 10 times braver. And with that out of the way, we can finish this level flawlessly. If you've seen my video about the worst levels from each game, you would know that the worst level from this game is none other than the Elephant Temple. Yeah, I find it extremely bland. Anyways, the level proves to be one of those breezers, as it has almost zero obstacles that cannot be passed. The only annoying thing was to push and pull the heavy objects. Those took some effort. Other than that, we can manage to cross the moving platforms with ease. And then comes the last section, which turned out to be very interesting. See it for yourselves. After that, we can finish the level and get ready for the wilderness. And just like that, there comes the last world of the game, the wilderness, which is my second favorite from the game. We start by grabbing on a winch and controlling Sackboy just safely to not get electrocuted. The level you are seeing now is the pre-final level since, well, as stated before, one of the most iconic levels of the game, the bunker, cannot be played. Then we can continue by saving some of the kidnapped creators from the collector, the main big bad of the game. After traversing through different sections, I can safely say that this level needs a very patient person. The non-stop moving platforms make it so much worse. It requires timing and precision. Definitely one of the harder levels. Still, it's nothing that our hero can't match, so it goes very well. After freeing and freeing characters, we can finally finish the level and move on to the final level of the game. The final level of the game has us fight the collector in a brutal battle. It's honestly one of the best fights of the franchise. For this one, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the fight. So once again, insert music for the last time. And just like that, after achieving world peace, it's safe to say that we have officially ended the game. For clarity, these are all the levels that our tiny Sackboy could finish with no struggle. So 16 out of 19 levels. Not bad at all. I just wish I had the chance to get to play those other levels though. Anyways, with that we have reached the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as me. More exciting content is coming as this year is going to be my best. So consider subscribing and don't forget to leave a like. And with that, see you next time.